See if he answers. Here. Good.
There you go.
All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's Elepreneur Opportunity Zoom call. We're so excited to have each and every one of you on this call tonight. My name is Judy Willitson, and I'm an Elepreneur. What's an Elepreneur, you might ask? An Elepreneur is an entrepreneur who elevates others in their quest to find health, wealth, and happiness. And I'm so glad to be a part of this community of like-minded people who lock arms together and just lift each other up. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my better half, Mark Willitson.
Thanks, honey. Oh, guys, welcome. So excited to have you here. Again, my name is Mark Willitson. My wife, Judy, and I were introduced to gentleman, Robert O'Blon, who started all this. You see this piece of art behind me about the Elepreneurs. It's a really cool piece. We got to see it live this last weekend. It was gifted to Robert. You know, you've heard me say, or if you're here tonight for the first time to hear about the Elepreneurs and Elevosity and our amazing products, you're going to hear some great stories, products, my life, my wife's life, and we are also a bunch of entrepreneurs coming together to make this business better. And so we really are so excited to be able to share all that with you this evening. Like I said, we were invited to meet Robert a few months ago, last summer actually, and we had dinner, and we got excited about listening to a gentleman that's been in direct sales for a long time. It's actually built a billion-dollar company. He co-founded one, and we were resonating with each other because he was talking about how it could be so much better, the things that need to change, because things have changed over the course of the last 17, 20 years. Because of the internet, it's made everything more efficient. And of course, as a result of that, we've also had some changes in the way this business is done. And the truth is, this business takes work. And but it really is about just sharing a product with somebody. It really is that simple, except you just do it consistently over time. So the work's not hard, it's just something you have to do consistently over time. So you know what? If you're looking for an opportunity, I'm going to talk about that towards the end. If you're not, okay. We are excited about sharing these products with you this evening and excited to share some stories about that. But you know what? If you're not looking and maybe you know somebody that might be, the person that invited you here tonight is excited. They actually are, you're somebody that they would love to be in business with. And even though you might not be interested, maybe you know somebody that might be interested and you could share them their contact and let them expose us to them, because we really have created something special. So you know what? Robert sent my wife Judy and I these products, completely unexpected. And we drink coffee. And you know, I didn't know what it meant when it said smart coffee. I loved everything about it. The added energy, the clarity, the memory, burning fat. I had plenty of that back then, and I still have quite a bit. I probably could survive for a few months without any food still. But you know what? Curbing cravings was a problem for me because I'm always, or I always used to be hungry. And then, of course, who can't use an elevated mood anytime? You know, I flipped it around and I looked at the backside, and I didn't understand what any of these products were, these ingredients were. I had never seen that word nootropic infused or nootropic, and I didn't understand what it was. But I knew somebody that would. So I took a picture of the back of the package and I sent it to Dr. Norma Kirby in Atlanta, Georgia. And she's a naturopathic doctor, and I knew she would understand it. And Dr. Norma contacted me back and said, how can I get some? The person that created this is really a smart person. I would have never thought to put some of those together, and I get what they're doing. I want some. How do I get it? Well, the truth was, Judy and I didn't know how to get it. We had to call Robert to find out, because we didn't know that evening we had dinner that he even had a direct selling company that had this product. And, you know, my wife Judy and I have been in direct sales for 22 years. We love this industry. And the reason we love it is because of the relationships that are created, the friendships. You know, I can't think of a better way to make a living than hanging out with people that are like-minded, positive-minded, that you can have a good time with. And the truth is, it really is that easy as sharing great products with people. You know, some products would never sell on a store shelf. This product never would. Because you know what? I didn't understand it when I saw the package. And Dr. Norma just told me or made me confident in the fact that it was a really great product. But what's it going to do for me? I drank it, and all of a sudden, my interest in food totally changed. And I'm a person that struggled with weight my entire life. My nickname in 7th grade was Bubbles, and I was a big boy, and it was really hard to get a date, and it gave me a real tough exterior, if you can imagine getting a date in 7th grade when you have a nickname Bubbles. But I've actually struggled with weight my whole life. I've lost 60 pounds more times than I can count, and as a result of that yo-yoing, I've known that, well, diets do work if you follow them. They really don't work. But when I drank this for the first time in my life, I wasn't interested in food. I had no idea why. But, you know, I started losing weight, and it was about day 10. I was actually down 8 pounds. But more importantly than that was on day 10 that I woke up and started my day. And my normal day would be about 30 minutes to an hour in, hour and a half, my legs would be on fire, and I'd have to start taking pain pills. See, I got hit by a drunk driver 12 years ago. My legs, I had nerve damage in my legs. It felt like there was an iron on both of my thighs. But this particular morning, my legs weren't really burning too bad. I didn't need the pain medicine, but my body was screaming for it, and I'd never felt that. Usually, it was the pain was screaming for me to take the pills. Well, not knowing what was going on, I called Robert, and Robert didn't know that I had this problem, and he didn't know what to tell me about it, so he put me on the phone with Kevin Thomas, the gentleman that created this product. And Kevin said, Mark, I think what's going on is that certainly I was deficient in endorphins because I was taking pain medicine for the pain in my legs. So for me, my brain probably wasn't making endorphins anymore. And now it had started. See, the idea behind this, if you drank this coffee and it got your brain to release some of those hormones that were probably most of us are lacking a little bit or a lot in certain areas, if we could get it to release those hormones, that would keep our brains happy during the day. That would keep them busy. See, most of the time when we run to food because we think we're hungry, we're really not. It's just our brain's way of getting stimulation, telling us that our body is hungry when it's not, so that we go eat something. You know what I'm talking about. You eat something, especially something sugary, and then all of a sudden you're awake, right? And then a little while later, you're back down in the dumps again, and you'll eat some more, you know, whatever it was that was sugary, and it takes you back up, and you're on this roller coaster ride. Well, at the end of the day, you consume more calories than you burn, and you gain weight. It's that simple. The idea was, when Kevin created this, if I can keep your brain stimulated all throughout the day using these nootropics, you won't run to food for that stimulation. Hence, guess what? Over time, you'll start to lose weight if you need to. If you don't, it's not a big deal. As a matter of fact, for people that don't need to lose any weight, I've found that it helps them to eat healthier, because I found that even the people that don't ever gain weight, they have little junky habits where they've got bad things stashed all over the place that they're nibbling on all day long. They just are lucky and don't gain weight like some of us. So the bottom line was, this product was changing my life. Now, I got to meet Kevin a few days ago, and that's when he shared with me, or a few days after that, and that's when he shared with me Xanthamax. The beauty of Xanthamax was that it gives your brain the ability to release something called oxytocin. See, what's in this is xanthol-humol, and it's a very powerful antioxidant. It also helps to balance your blood sugar, and it's a strong anti-inflammatory. And Kevin said, you know, Mark, when you combine the two of these together, you're going to get what we call dose. Dopamine in the coffee, oxytocin from the Xanthamax, serotonin from the coffee, and then also the endorphins. So when I had the combination of dose, that gave me the ability to start cutting back on the pain meds. And I'm happy to tell you, I'm just about off of them now. You guys, there's a lot of people out there in the world that have had a bad injury, that have had to start taking these pills. And I'm not sure, but for me, my legs, but not as bad as I thought they were. I believe my brain was telling me to keep giving it those pills because it wanted the stimulation and it was getting from those. Now, since then, I've lost over 40 pounds. I don't get home to Florida very often. We're here in Dallas all the time. I always like to get back on the same scale at the same time of day. So when I finally get back home and remember to jump on that scale, I'll give you that number. But I can tell you this, I'm not gaining any weight. So it's been awesome, 42 pounds now for certain. And then, of course, almost off the pills. That's my story. Let's go out to some other stories tonight. I want to go ahead and pop to my buddy Robert Cratch in South Florida. Bob's a professional football player, played football for the New York Giants, you guys. He's got a Super Bowl ring. Not too many guys can say that. Played also for the Patriots. He's been at the top of his game, and these products have had a huge impact on his life. Let me hand it over to you, Bob Cratch.
Mark, how are you? How's everybody tonight?
Great.
If you would have asked me 6 months ago if a simple cup of coffee would change me and make me who I am now, not only I've lost 36 pounds legitimately on this product, but just the way I feel with my mood, I would say you're out of your mind. There's no way. And that's all this was simply sharing a cup of coffee. Judy came by. I was interested in their opportunity, have a lot of respect for that couple. And what I noticed was my cravings went away. I love pizza, I love ice cream. I'm a big ice cream junkie. And I just wasn't motivated to eat. I couldn't believe it. And when I got on a Xanthamax, the coffee for me right away, every NFL retired player I give it to, they light up like a Christmas tree. And there's something that's lacking, 21 years of a violent sport, in my brain, and worry about concussions and all that. And it's just amazing what it's done for me, and it keeps lighting me up. I am so excited to get in the morning and take my coffee, but my mood has completely changed with the Xanthamax. And when I first got on one of these calls, if you didn't take this product, you would think everybody was kind of out of their mind. And that simple cup of coffee changed my life. And I owe Judy and Mark for sharing it with me and having the vision to believe in this company and this product. And if you're a guest here, you have to try this product and look at this opportunity. You just have to. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Bob, for reaching out and trying this, because you know what? We didn't do anything special other than just share something we're passionate about and believe in. And, it's really important when you have a product that works, that you're able to go share it with people. And the cool part is it's actually affordable. That's been one of the problems in our industry is the affordability of products. We all love to try new products, and there's a lot of products that you have to share the story about them, or you just wouldn't know. You'd walk by them in the store, they're not talking to you, you don't know the benefits that they give. And to actually have one that I call it our piggy bank, because of I'm not needing to buy all these pain medications, I'm not having to go to the doctor all the time for that. And Judy and I, it saves us a fortune on food. I know Bob and Christy are experiencing the same thing. And the fact that, it's just, giving him a lot of motivation and feeling good and everything else, again, that's so cool. Now I'm going to go, haven't talked to this lady for a while. Erica, are you out there? I'm excited to hear how it's going for you. It's been probably at least a month. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. I'm Mark. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How's everything going?
Everything is awesome. We said we'd talk on the 90-day mark, and it's been 92 days. So.
All right. And you know what? For anybody that don't know, actually, Erica started taking dose, and all of a sudden, what happened?
I immediately stopped smoking. I started in December, and And about 3 hours, and I realized that I hadn't smoked a cigarette. And I've smoked since I was 13 years old. Smoked about a pack and a half a day. So yeah, I am completely smoke-free, no cravings, haven't wanted it, no anxiety about it. I've lost weight. My mood has changed. I'm saving about $250 a month, not buying cigarettes. It's been amazing. It's been absolutely transforming. I mean, I physically feel better. I started Tony's 5-day dose quick fix, and the toxins are just leaving my body. I'm breathing better. I mean, it's just awesome. It's changed my life, my family's life. It's been fabulous.
Well, congratulations, Erica. You know what? I smoked for a long time too. I understand. I know how hard it's probably the hardest thing that I ever did give up. And congratulations, over 90 days. And
90 days, I know. Who'd have thought?
That's so amazing. You know what? Exactly right. Who would have thought? Because when I heard your story, I had never even considered it. But you know what? If you think about it, cigarettes, they definitely have an impact on our brain, right? They're stimulants.
Yep.
So you guys, if you know somebody out there that's wanting to quit smoking, I don't know if it'll work for them, but it's worth a try, because all of these things that are stimulating our brain, we're getting great results from. So thanks, Erica. Appreciate
welcome. Good to see you, Mark.
I can't wait for the 6-month mark, okay?
Oh, me too.
All right.
Can't wait.
You know, there's so many things in our environment, you know, so many things that we take, so many medications, all these different things that do stimulate our brain. So, you know, if that's something you're worried about, try this product, see what it does for you. I don't know, other than all these great results. I am not a doctor. I'm not making medical claims this evening. My story is my story. Bob's and Erica's are theirs. Now I'm going to go, I think, let's see, Mike Miller. Mike, are you out there? Can you join us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Mike, you're where, in New York?
I'm in New York, yes.
Awesome. Well, go ahead and share with us what's going on.
Well, first of all, what a great weekend we just had. Meeting you and Judy and the team, really life-changing to find people are so real. That was really a refreshing change for my wife, Lauren, and myself. But I started the product, the dose, on Friday, and I was expecting like a bang. I didn't feel it, but one thing I realized that by 5 o'clock, I'd only had one meal. And anybody knows me, I'll snack a bit. I love sweets and I love to eat. I love good food. But I just had no appetite. There was no real desire for food, which was very different. And so I didn't do anything on Saturday just to see if it was kind of mind over matter kind of thing. And I tried it the next day, the same effect. Today, I had 2 small meals. I know we're definitely on track to getting our weight under control for probably the very first time in a long, long time. So we're really excited. We're excited about the compensation, just about everything, how real everybody is. And our team is just really excited to be certainly working as entrepreneurs.
Well, thanks, Mike. It was exciting. You know, we were sitting around having that conversation on, I think it was on Thursday, or I don't remember. I guess it was on Thursday morning when all you guys, you know, were learning about this. And then, of course, we all know what's going to happen when you drink it. You're going to forget about food, whether you like it or not. The end of the day comes and you're looking or to your spouse, if you have one, going, did we remember to eat today? Because we don't. And that's kind of normal for being on this. Trust me, though, when your body's hungry, when you really need food, your stomach is going to ask you for it. That's for certain. So thanks, Mike. Excited to have you guys all here with us as Elepreneurs. Now I'm going to go out to also another favorite of mine, Allie Wright. Allie and Milton, are you two there this evening?
Hello.
Hey. Hey, it's so good to see you. I really missed you last weekend, and I'm so sorry for your loss. But our hearts are with you, and excited to see your face and have you here tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
We definitely missed you guys.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's weird because I was sitting here thinking I haven't done this in a while. In the beginning, I was doing my testimony a lot. And it's like I had to like think back to like how I was feeling, and because it's been so long. But anyway, so I have always suffered with depression and anxiety since I was a really little girl. And it had really kind of taken over my life probably over the last couple of years. And it was to the point to where I was waking up to take my daughter to school in the morning, and then I'd get back home and I'd go to sleep, and I'd sleep until I had to pick her up from school, and then I'd go back to bed at like 10 o'clock at night. So I was basically sleeping my whole entire life away because I was just totally depressed, and I just couldn't find anything to help me. I was eating all the time. My anxiety was off the chain, just totally out of control. I couldn't sit through a movie because I have all these different issues. I have anxiety, I have depression, ADHD. Well, I did ADHD. And my whole entire life has changed. I can sit through a movie with my husband. He loves to watch movies, and I never would sit with him before because I couldn't sit still. I stay up and I work my business during the day, and I'm on the phone with people. Before, I would never. You can ask anyone who's done a business like this with me before. You could not get me on the phone because I would get really anxious about it. I did like 6 Zooms today and a phone call with Shanna. So I'm just totally out of, my normal comfort zone and in a new life. And you would never in a million years, like, I think it was Robert Cratch that said, you would never think a cup of coffee would change your life. But it literally has changed my whole entire life and his life, because he's had to watch me go through this for so many years. So
Yes. It's crazy.
It's been amazing.
Yeah. Our testimonies keep growing,
Yes.
They keep changing.
Just exciting. I remember the first time I heard your story, Allie, and we had known you already, but a lot of times we know people, but we don't know the struggles they're going through. And when I heard it the first time, it went right to my heart, feeling, how cool was that you could get up in the morning and then want to come home and not climb back into bed and check out. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks
Awesome.
so much. Can't wait to see you guys soon, okay?
Same here, man. Same here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, you guys. So we've got dose. We have the coffee available in tubs or bags, and the Xanthamax in the combination. And we just launched this last weekend, Chocolate Aid. Some people don't like caffeine, or they don't like coffee. And so now you can get your dose with Chocolate Aid and Xanthamax. This product gives you all the nootropics that the coffee does. And we deliver it with chocolate instead of with caffeine. And both caffeine and chocolate are pretty good delivery systems. So that, and then of course, we also, for those that love the ketogenic lifestyle or are familiar with bulletproof coffee, there's no better time than in the morning to give your brain some healthy fats. And we have a great way, if you're looking to speed things up in the weight loss category, we call it fattening up your coffee or fattening up your hot chocolate. The fats in here are really healthy, and the way it's been designed, it actually can kick your body into making ketones. If you don't know, ketones are another energy source that your body makes. Actually, if you're, not eating and starting to starve, your own body starts manufacturing ketones as that backup alternative fuel source. But the best ketones to get are the ones that your own body makes. And there's no better time than in the morning to go ahead and have your body making ketones for you. So we've got a really great selection of products, and we have so many people now in just a short period of time having so much success. I don't know the real numbers out there for other companies, but I've heard though that one company out there that had beat all the records. We have a lot of people that are here from that company. I can tell you that having no idea, no expectations, the combination of these products, the coffee and the dose, I believe are propelling us to be the fastest growing company in the history of direct sales. Now, I want to talk to you about direct sales. I said in the beginning that I'm going to close talking about a business opportunity and a way to make some extra money. And, you know, I just want you to know that direct sales has created more millionaires than any other industry in the world. It attracts people from all walks of life. You know, so many people today, you know, have grown up thinking that, you know, they're going to be happy getting a great education and a great job and starting a company and, or getting, you know, that job, you know, one or the other, and then living happily ever after with the love of their life. But guess what? I had a company of my own, but I was miserable. We couldn't go on vacation. I couldn't get away from that business. When we would go on vacation, I would sit in the room, my wife and kids would go have fun. It just didn't work at all. And, you know, maybe that's your case, or maybe that job owns you and you're just not happy. All I know is there's so many people today, especially in America, that aren't happy. And you know what? We are all about elevating other people's happiness. And we actually have a program to where you can get on dose, and we're going to actually allow you to experience Sean Acor's 21 Day to Happiness program. See, there is a way through gratitude, a practice that can actually elevate you to a happier place. Because the truth is, happiness first attracts more into our lives. And so we've got the greatest combination there. We're aligned with Sean Acor. You can learn more about him and this program. Actually, Oprah is a big promoter of Sean's program. And we actually give you his program with the purchase of these two products. And Oprah sells his program for $99 from what I've heard from people. We give it to you for free. So get with the person that invited you, experience dose, experience Sean Acor's 21 Day to Happiness. And you know what? Maybe you want to share this along with us with some other people, because we were self-employed. Somebody introduced my wife, Judy, and I to direct sales, thinking we were happy, and we weren't. And I got bit by the bug because I couldn't think of a better model. I can build a business without having to go, you know, buy a franchise or rent a building or hire employees and all the things that go along with it, all of those stressful things. What's so cool about direct selling is they do all the work for us. All we got to do is just go share products. And when you have a great product that's priced to sell, that people want day in and day out, you have a great business model. And that's been one of the things that's been missing in this business is the price of the products has to be affordable to the masses. And that's exactly what's been created here by Robert. Now, I want to show you how we make money. And we make money in a different way also from all the other direct sales companies that are out there. We've created a rewards program that's different. We've created one that if you don't want to be a millionaire, it's okay. That's been a part of the problem, is that, you know, well, you had this business model that creates more millionaires than any other. Sometimes it's hard, you know, maybe some people just want to make an extra few $100s a month, but the programs that have been created aren't allowing that because they're putting all these hoops and hurdles in there. Like, you know, you got to have so many business partners and so much volume and all this to earn on the second or the third level. And, you know, it's kind of always been ridiculous to me. Pay the money out. And that's exactly what Robert's doing. So we created something called Affinity Rewards. And I'm going to go ahead and draw that out this evening. We are in our new training room at our new facility. And I hope now I got rid of the glare that you guys are used to seeing on this screen. But we built a program to where, you know, you can go out and bring one person into this. And if they go build a business, you're going to earn money for the rest of your life. And what do I mean by that? You go bring one person in, and I'll draw that person right there, that one person, and the company is going to reward you 22% in the form of 22% earnings match. So if they earned $1,000, and I'm going to show you how we earn our money momentarily, you would earn 22% of that, or $220. If they earn $10,000, it would be $2,200. You know, why not go out and find a second person And the company then is going to increase that to 44% on their earnings match. Not on just one of them, but on both of them. So now if they make 1,000, you make 440. Now if they make 10,000, you make 4,400. Something like this has never been done. You don't have to go do X amount and have so many people or anything else. You can be one or two and done in that scenario. But you know, what if your best people aren't your first? That's what's cool. By finding that third person, by finding that third person, there I got the glare back, I'm sorry. By finding that third person, that's what opens up everything here. You know, the system actually looks for, out of those three at the end of the month, the best two, and it puts the best two over here on what I call the left side. But guess what? By having found that third, you're now going to earn 66% earnings match to your best two. So how do we make our money? Well, on that third person, you're going to earn 20%. So if they spend $100, you're going to earn $20. But what's even cooler is they want the same. So when they go and they find their one and two, their best two, they're going to get a earnings match when they build their business. And guess what? You're going to earn 20% on both of them. And guess what? It doesn't stop there. It goes to infinity. It never stops. All their best two on that third person, you earn 20% on. Well, why not add a fourth person? Again, you're going to earn 20% on them, and guess what? Their best two and their best two to infinity. Well, the company now is going to reward you by increasing your earnings match on your best two to 88%. So the best two, you'll get an earnings match of 88%. Over here, you're going to get 20% all the way down to infinity on their best two. Now, the company considers, by going out and bringing in 5 partners, and you're not limited to 5. We already have some people, I heard at the convention this weekend, that have over 40 partners already. But by finding that 5th one, remember, 20% on their best two to infinity, just like you. Well, now the company is going to increase your earnings match to 110%. So let's think about this now. You're earning 20% over here on that 3, 4, 5, could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th partner. Well, let's go back over to your best two. Well, guess what? They each have their 1 and their 2, just like you. They're getting their earnings match on. But just like you, they are earning their money on that 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And it could be a 6th, 7th, 8th, right? Well, guess what? Every time they earn on that 3, 4, and 5, and guess what? They each have a 1 and a 2, right? To infinity, it doesn't ever end. Every time they earn 20% over here on them. So in a case of, let's say that they earned off of number 3, $100, you're going to get 110% of 100, so you're going to get 110. Imagine that. All of these doing 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and every time there's 100 being paid there, you're getting 110. And it goes to infinity. But guess what? It also goes infinity width. Just like you can go as wide as you want up here, finding a 6th or a 7th or an 8th, and then getting 20% on their best two to infinity, you also have the ability to get 110% over here. So basically 110% of 20% is 22%. So on this side it pays 22%, on this side it pays 20%. It's a beautiful world. The truth is most compensation plans, they're lucky to pay out half of what they promote to. And if you look at them all, they look like they pay out 50 or 60%. But the truth is they pay half of it. We're paying the money out because Robert wants to pay it out. Why? Because he wants to drive revenue to the top line of the company because we're part of a parent public corporation. Now, what I showed you here was the earnings that we make on the ones and the twos. There's another area here also. Those 3s, 4s, and 5, guess what? They have a 3, a 4, and a 5 also, right? Well, you also get to make money on those 3s, 4s, and 5s. Well, how is that? Well, let's just draw it down here. Let's just picture that number 4 there, and they have their 3, their 4, and their 5, right? There's their 3, there's their 4, there's their 5. I'm just pulling it down here. So let's say that they're earning 20% on their 3, 4, and 5. So let's say each of these spent $100 again. That would be $100 at 20%, or $100 sale at 20% would be $20. Times 3, that would be $60. Well, guess what? You get 22% of that. Well, that would be $13. I did the math before, so I know it. $13.20. That could be $1,000, and then it would be, in each one of these. Then it would be $3,000 at 20% would be $600, and that would be $132. All I know is you in this scenario, if everybody had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your first level, this one here we can only pay 5 levels on. We can't do this infinity on. It's impossible. But I can tell you this, that if everybody went out and found 5, and that's a perfect world, so not everybody has a perfect world, okay, guys? Some people will only go out and find 2 or 3. Some people will go out and find hundreds, maybe thousands, I don't know. But the reality here is in this scenario, you would have 1, 3, 1, 4, and 1, 5. So on that first level, you would have 3 Elepreneurs that you would also earn 22% of their earnings on their 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to infinity and with. Now let's look at the second level. The second level, you have 5 people that would each have a 3, a 4, and a 5. So they would each have 3 times 5. That would be 15. On that next level, I'm hearing somebody. I got to mute them out here real quick. Excuse me. On the next level, there would be 75 potential earnings matches. The next level would be 5 times that, 375. And the last level would be 5 more times that, would be 1,875. That's 2,343 in a perfect world. Projected 22% matches on earnings from those 3s, 4s, 5s, could be 6s, 7s, 8s to infinity. You guys, there's nothing out there like this. We're just new at this, just a couple months into it, and already it's creating this huge middle class. Besides this, we have all the ranks. We have the lifestyle bonuses, but we don't attach you to a car. You go spend that money on whatever you want. We have a lot of people earning $400, $800, $1,100, $2,200, and even $3,300 extra every month in their lifestyle bonus to go spend on what they want. We also have Global Pool that pays on the whole business the company does. It's done quarterly. There's just so many other areas. We have the ranks. We have all those other things. We just don't limit you. You get to earn money the same as everybody else. You don't have to wait to climb to the top to get all those extras. Just get out, share the product with the world, start earning money right out of the gate. 20% is so much better when you have a team member when you're used to making 5. There's so much with this. You got to experience it. And like my friend told me a long time ago, if you have a great product and you share it with people and they love it and they take it every month, you're going to build a great big business. We have that. But we also have created a model here in compensation that in the front end, on the beginning area, pays out 2 to 3 times the amount of money. So that's why I say, if you just want to make a few $100s extra or a couple $1,000s extra, we have a home for you that actually finally works. But if you want the unlimited potential, we have that. It's not a question of having to, if you take a bigger piece of pie, somebody else has to have a smaller piece of pie. We can make the pie here as big as you want it, so you can have as big a piece of pie as you want, all right? Thanks for coming in and joining us tonight. Look forward to meeting you out there as we travel around. Experience these products. If you're looking for a business, we have one. We'd love to help you. Elepreneurs elevate others in their quest towards health, wealth, and happiness. Again, thank you this evening for joining us. Have a great night. I'm going to unmute everybody. Thank you. And get on these products.
Thank you.
Everyone's talking. So much.